What is up, Carlin here today, and today we're going to do some George Carlin. This one is one recommended by one of you guys, and this is A War on Homelessness. And let's check it out.
By the way, speaking of American values, aren't we about due to start bombing some small country that only has a marginally effective air force? Seems to me like we're a couple of weeks overdue to drop high explosives on helpless civilians. People have no argument with us whatsoever.
Yeah,
I think we ought to be out there doing what we do best, gang, making big holes in other people's countries. I hate to be repetitious, but God, we are a warlike lot, you know? We can't stand not to be fucking with somebody. We couldn't wait for that Cold War to be over, could we? Just couldn't wait for that Cold War to be over so we could go and play with our toys in the sand. Go play with our toys in the sand. And when we're not invading some sovereign nation or setting it on fire from the air, which is more fun, then we're usually declaring war on something here at home. Do you ever notice that? We love to do that, don't we? We love to declare war on things here in America. Anything we don't like about ourselves, we have to declare war on it. Don't do anything about it. We just declare war on it. We got a war. It's the only metaphor we have in our public discourse for solving a problem. It's called declaring a war. We got a war on poverty, the war on crime, war on litter, the war on cancer, the war on drugs. But you ever notice there's no war on homelessness, is there?
Hell no.
No war on homelessness. You know why? There's no money in that problem. There's no money in that problem. Nobody stands. True.
Very true.
Nobody stands to get rich off of that problem. You could find a solution to homelessness where the corporate swine and the politicians could steal a couple of $1 million each. You'd see the streets of America begin to clear up pretty goddamn quick. I'll guarantee you that. I will guarantee you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right on that one.
So, I got an idea for homeless. You know what they ought to do? You know what they ought to do? Give the homeless their own magazine. Give them their own magazine. It would make them feel better, for one thing. That's a sure sign of making it in this country. Every group in this country that makes it and arrives at a certain level has its own magazine. You have Working Mother magazine, Black Entrepreneur magazine, Hispanic Business magazine. In fact, any activity engaged in by more than 4 people in this country has got a fucking magazine devoted to it.
Yeah.
Skydiving, mountain climbing,
I haven't looked at any magazines in a long time.
Bungee jumping, duck hunting, shooting someone in the asshole with a dart gun, jerking off. They probably have a magazine for that. I know they have a magazine. Walking. There's actually a fucking magazine called Walking.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Look, Dan, the new Walking is out. Here's a good article, putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Get your own magazine.
That's pretty stupid.
Give the homeless their own magazine. You know what you call it? Better Crates and Cartons. Then when they get finished reading it, they can use it to line their clothing. That's a good, sound business solution. That's the kind of answer you get from a conservative American businessman. So, yeah, let them read it. When they get finished reading, they can use it to plug up the holes in them piano crates they all seem to like to live in. A good, sound, practical, conservative American business solution.
He's fucking crazy.
About homelessness, first thing, change the name of it. Change the name of the condition. It's not homelessness, it's houselessness. It's houses these people need. A home is an abstract idea. A home is a setting. It's a state of mind. These people need houses, physical, tangible structures. But where are you going to put them? Where are you going to build them? Nobody wants you to build low-cost housing near their house. People don't want it near them. We got something in this country, you've heard of it, called NIMBY, N-I-M-B-Y. Not in my backyard. People don't want any kind of social house located anywhere near them. You try to open up a halfway house, try to open up a rehab center for drugs or alcohol, try to build a little home for some retarded people who want to work their way into the community. People say, not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them, especially if it might help somebody else. Part of the great American spirit of generosity we're always told about. Big, generous American nation. Ask an Indian about that.
People real
Ask an Indian how generous this country is. If you can find one, you got to locate the Indian first. We've made him just a little difficult to find. Or if you need current data, select a black family at random and ask them how generous this country has been. People don't want anything near them, even if it's something they believe in, something they think society needs, like prisons. Everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants more prisons. That's the new answer to all of our problems. Lock a lot of motherfuckers up. Everybody wants more prisons. They say, build more hands! But not here. Well, why not? What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong with having a prison in your neighborhood? Well, it seemed to me like it would make it a pretty crime-free area, don't you think? You think a lot of crackheads and muggers and pimps and hookers are going to hang around in front of a fucking prison? Bullshit,
Hell
they ain't
no.
going anywhere near it.
Hell no.
What's wrong with these people? All the criminals are locked up behind the walls, and if a couple of them do break out, what do you think they're going to do? Hang around? Check real estate trends? Bullshit. They're fucking gone.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of breaking out of prison, is to get the fuck as far away as you possibly can. Not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them. Except military bases. They don't mind that, do they? No, they like that. Give them an army base. Makes them happy. Why? Jobs.
Shit, that can be
Jobs.
dangerous.
Self-interest. Even if the base is loaded with nuclear weapons, they don't give a fuck. They say, well, I'll take a little radiation if I can get a job. Working people have been fucked over so long in this country, those are the kind of decisions they're left to make. I got just the...
Military bases are going to be way more likely to get hit during a war than a prison, so that's going to be way more dangerous.
Place for low-cost housing. I have solved this problem. I know where we can build housing for the homeless. Golf courses. Perfect. Golf courses. Just what we need. Plenty of good land in nice neighborhoods. Land that is currently being wasted on a meaningless, mindless activity engaged in primarily by white, well-to-do male businessmen who use the game to get together to make deals to carve this country up a little finer among themselves.
Rich
I
white
am getting
folks.
tired. Really tired. I am getting tired of these golfing cocksuckers in their green pants and their yellow pants, and their orange pants, and their precious little hats, and their cute little golf carts. It is time to reclaim the golf courses from the wealthy and turn them over to the homeless. Golf is an arrogant, elitist game, and it takes up entirely too much fucking room in this country.
Very
Too much
true.
fucking room in this country.
Never really thought about how much space a golf course
It
takes
is
up,
an
but he has
arrogant
a
game on
point.
its very design alone. Just the design of the game speaks of arrogance. Think of how big a golf course is. The ball is that fucking big. What do these pin-headed pricks need with all that land? There are over 17,000 golf courses in America. They average over 150 acres apiece. That's over 3 million acres.
Damn.
That's 4,820 square miles. You could build 2 Rhode Islands and a Delaware for the homeless on the land currently devoted to this meaningless, mindless, arrogant, elitist, racist.
Damn.
Racist. There's another thing.
That
The
does
only
take up a
blacks
lot of
you'll find
space.
in country clubs are carrying trays. And a boring game for boring people. Did you ever watch golf on television? It's like watching flies fuck.
Yeah, it's boring. It's pretty fucking
And
boring.
a mindless game. Mindless. Think of the intellect. Think of the intellect it must take to draw pleasure from this activity. Hitting a ball with a crooked stick and then walking after it. And then hitting it again. I say, pick it up, asshole. You're lucky you found the fucking thing. Put it in your pocket and go the fuck home.
Lucky you found the
Go
thing.
the fuck home. You're a winner. No chance of that happening. Dorco in the plaid knickers is going to hit it again and walk some more. Let these rich cocksuckers play miniature golf. Let them fuck with a windmill for an hour and a half or so. See if there's any real skill among them.
Yeah, might as
I
well.
know there are some people who play golf who don't consider themselves rich. Fuck them! And shame on them for engaging in an arrogant, elitist pastime.
He's so straightforward.
Hey, here's another place we could put some low-cost housing. Cemeteries.
Yeah?
There's another idea whose time has passed. Saving all the dead people in one part of town? What the hell kind of a superstitious, religious, medieval bullshit idea is that? Plow these motherfuckers up, plow them into the streams and rivers of America. We need that phosphorus for farming. If we're going to recycle, let's get serious.
That'll be a hard one to convince people to do. Well, yeah, I dig this one. George Carlin is just like always hitting hard on how much like the little man is gets shit on, and I appreciate that he does spread the word on things like this and puts it into a lot of people's minds, because a lot of people do need to hear it. Although there's not really much we can do about some of the problems. But it's still good to know and at least think about. And he made a damn good point on how much space a golf course takes up. Like he said, it takes up like, I forget what 2 states he said, but like 2 states worth of land. That is a little ridiculous on how much land that takes up. And like, I've never thought about it before he ever said anything about it, but that's a lot of fucking space just being pretty wasted. Every time I pass a golf course, it's like, I rarely see anybody on a golf course. And there's golf courses all around where I live, and like, I do see people sometimes, but it's like super rare. As far as the cemetery thing, that does take up a lot of space, but that would be a really hard sell to convince people of getting rid of cemeteries, especially if it's like a cemetery where people still go to. I could see maybe like a cemetery where it's like from like the 1800s or something, where no one's gonna visit it or anything. Then again, a lot of cemeteries have been built from back then, and we're still using a lot of the same cemeteries, so those cemeteries still get used because there are still new people dying, along with the bodies that have already been there for like over 100 years. So I think it would be worth figuring out a new system for cemeteries and all of that for sure. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. If any of you guys got anything else to suggest to react to, let me know down in the comments section. Hit that like button if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next one. Peace.